Welcome. I'm Miss Lisa, and this is my dog Olive. And you may also know me as Mrs. Brown at church. I'm so very happy that you could come to my home today. I have so much to share with you over the next few weeks while we are all tucked in at home. The first thing that I'd like to share with you is a song. Maybe you can sing it with me. Here are the words. God made me as I am, part of creation's plan. No one else can ever be the part of God's plan. That's me. Can you sing it with me? God made me as I am, part of creation's plan. No one else can ever be the part of God's plan. That's me. So welcome to our little atrium. You may have visited our big atrium at church, but out of care for our community and the common good of all of us, we can't gather in person right now for risk of spreading the virus. So I thought we could do it this way and maybe even make some new friends, right? Today we're going to ponder the parable of the mustard seed. Jesus often used parables to teach about God's dream for our world, what Jesus in the Bible calls the kingdom of God. Do you know what a parable is? A parable is a story with a mystery. Jesus taught in parables all the time, and not because he wished to conceal something from us or to keep the kingdom of God hidden from us in some way, but rather because the mystery of God is so great, beyond anything we could ever imagine. When we ponder the great mysteries of our faith, we're kind of like an ant trying to understand the solar system. God is simply too big for us to take in. And really, what kind of God would God be if we understood everything? For example, we can't go into space and grab the moon and bring it here to our little atrium, right? That would be impossible. However, we can point to the moon. We can wonder about what it looks like, how its gravitational pull makes the waves in our oceans, and we can admire the moon's beauty together. That is kind of what a parable is. It isn't the moon itself, but it points to the moon. So it's not God and God's self, but it points to God. So the parables found in our Bible never fully explain the mystery of God's kingdom, but they point us in the right direction. Jesus came to help us trust, understand, and draw nearer to God. And he does this most often with parables. Jesus speaks of very ordinary, everyday things and invites us to ponder how they might reflect the great mystery that is our God. So let's begin with one of these parables found in the Gospel of Mark. Whenever we read from the Holy Scriptures in our little atrium, we light a candle and we say some very special words. But don't ever touch matches or light a candle by yourself. Only adults can do that, okay? These are the special words we say. Jesus is the light of the world, a light no darkness can overcome. Jesus asked, "To what shall we compare the kingdom of God? Or what parable can we use for it? It is like a mustard seed, that when it is planted in the ground, it is the smallest of all the seeds of the earth. But once it is planted, it springs up and becomes the largest of plants and puts forth large branches, so that the birds of the sky can dwell in its shade. Let's listen to that again. Jesus asked, "To what shall we compare the kingdom of God? Or what parable can we use for it? It is like a mustard seed, that when it is planted in the ground, it is the smallest of all the seeds in the earth. But once it is planted, it springs up and becomes the largest of plants and puts forth large branches so that the birds of the sky can dwell in its shade." The Gospel of the Lord. So I have here some seeds, some mustard seeds that are actually from the Holy Land, from the place where Jesus lived. And they're teeny tiny. I'm going to show you a picture. The next time you visit our big atrium at church, you can actually feel the mustard seeds in here. You can feel how teeny they are. They look like little specks of pepper. If you put out a little piece of white paper and sprinkled some pepper on it, it would look a lot like mustard seeds. They're that teeny. Also at our little atrium and the big atrium, we have a magnifying glass so you could see it even up close. Now here is a photo of the enormous plant that grows from that teeny tiny seed. Jesus said, this teeny tiny seed grows into something very big. Can we take a little seed like this and make it into something big? Who has that kind of power and energy? God. But who plants the seed? We do, right? So we're kind of important. All that power and energy in a little tiny thing. And all we have to do is plant it in the ground. I wonder how this is like the kingdom of God. I wonder how this little bitty seed, buried in the darkness, deep within the earth, not knowing what it will become, but yet true to God's design, both dies and gives life. How does it become this huge tree? I wonder how this is like the kingdom of God. Every single tree, vine, flower, everything began as a little bitty seed. All of creation is filled with the power of God's energy and life. How big were each of us when we began in our mother's belly? We all began as something very, very small, right? Do you think maybe all that amazing power and energy is inside of us? Jesus said that the kingdom of God is like a mustard seed. I wonder what he wanted us to know. There are many ways we can continue to think about this lesson. Maybe you would like to draw a picture or write a poem or a special prayer about your favorite part of the parable, or draw a picture of other things that start really, really small and grow to be very, very big. Maybe you would like to talk with someone at home about your feelings about this lesson or what you are still wondering about. Maybe you would like to have your very own mustard seed from the Holy Land for your prayer table at home. I would be very happy to send you one if your parents would like to message me at my email address, LisaAnn, A-N-N, brown@gmail.com. And if your parent at home would like to include one of your drawings or poems, I would be very grateful. It would be wonderful to hang some of your beautiful artwork in our little atrium. This parable reminds me of one of my favorite songs that we sing at church. Would you sing it with me? Here are the words. Deep within, I will plant my law, not on stone, but in your hearts. Follow me, I will bring you back. You will be my own, and I will be your God. Let's sing it together. Deep within, I will plant my law, not on stone, but in your heart. Follow me, I will bring you back. You will be my own, and I will be your God. Thanks for visiting today. I hope to see you again soon.